Hello again, it's me Jason. So today I want to talk another thing that really bugging some of the buyer who actually bought those pre-construction building and they complete and they are so little bit annoyed. And I just got the call from one of my beloved friends. And, they actually told me about they took possession of some of the newly constructed tower. And in the rendering and also the disclosure, it actually was perfect, like talking about the amenity deck has a swimming pool, gym, like, all those standard thing, right? Like a cinema and this and that. And now after they kind of lived there for almost like a year or so, they were telling me about they're thinking about selling the place. And the reason for that, well, it's really because they can never really get a chance to use any amenity. Okay, here's the thing. When you buy any tower or any condo, you want to really look at how much time you actually will be using the amenities. So let's say if you are one of those people that, oh, you know what, I want to find a building that has a very nice pool and a very nice gym and also have a good party room so I can entertain my relatives and my friends, from time to time. You really, really need to know about the percentage, how many units are really in that project. So it's really easy. I mean, it doesn't really require any mathematics. So let's say if the tower has more than 300 or 400 units, but they only have 2 party rooms and maybe 1 home theater. And so what it's telling me is once the construction is complete, the amenity desk will be always 24/7 booked by different tenants or homeowners, and you will never really get the chance to enjoy it. I think it's kind of like a bit of luck to some of the condo owners if they happen to strike the right project or the right condo compound where you don't have that many neighbors, and even you have neighbors but your neighbor actually don't use those amenities, you are really in luck. Because a lot of the newer project, so far I got a lot of buyer complaints about they can never use anything. It's always full of people, and not only full of people that they don't even know where they are coming from. So they will end up having someone to kind of pass the fob or the keys to someone, maybe a remote cousin or someone that is really not really related to the homeowner, to use the facilities. So in Hong Kong, some of the strategy, some of the tower, what they have done was they actually charge per service. So even though you are the residential owner upstairs, but if you use the gym, you have to pay money to use the gym. If you want to use the sauna, you have to pay money to use the sauna. That way, it kind of eliminate like these kind of what we call the outsiders, like people that you don't really know who they are, to come in and use, or in some cases abuse the facilities. In my living environment, I have to be honest, during the long weekend or some of the long like spring break or winter break, I usually see my my maintenance crew work the hardest, because there are a lot of chaos happening, like people, they don't know what and how, and people are not too mindful about the common areas as well. They may scratch the wall, scratch the elevator panel, and it took a lot of the building maintenance team and effort and money to kind of like repair it back to where it was. So I actually feel like the style what Hong Kong has done is they charge based on what you use. And it's not like a huge dollar amount, but at least it's a nominal amount that is good enough to kind of make people think again before they book the facilities. And you also have some of the, I would say, unit owners, they book the facilities, they forgot about it, or they forgot to use it, or they forgot to cancel it. So what it ends up was the space was reserved for like 3 or 4 hours. Nobody can use it, and it was being left for like vacant and not being utilized. So all these can be eliminated if you kind of like charge per use. And of course, this is not a popular thing because people think about, I already pay the maintenance fee, why am I paying more? This is really for a situation where you have a surplus of traffic coming in for the amenities deck. Not for some of the project that you have a more like, I think, control group, that you don't have too many people coming in to use the facility. And it also depends on how many of those, I would say, residential teams you have in your condo building. If you have a big teams, they probably will be able to ID each of the guests coming in, and also can have a friendly conversation with these outside guests, who they are, where they are from, who are they related to. After 1 or 2 conversations, most of the time these people, they know about this building. They actually is very well managed. They probably won't have a second chance to come in to kind of like use the facility without being the official tenants or the house owner or homeowner over there. On the other hand, if it is a building that has a lot of tenants and lots of homeowner, where I'm talking about like 400 units or give or take, and your amenity deck looks big in the illustration, but in reality, when you have that many households living above, the chance for all the facility being fully occupied will be really, really high. So when you're buying pre-construction, that's also another thing that you have to kind of ask yourself, how many households are going to be in that building? And if everybody are interested to book the party room, what kind of protocol that they are having? Is it a lottery draw, or is it kind of like based on, I don't know, like maybe availability, or like how many, maybe each quarter, each of the unit owner will have X number of times to use certain amenities. That will be up for the association to come up with their own house rules. But here I do want to remind everyone about, it looks good on the picture, but you really have to really observe and really judge about like whether the traffic is really high, if you are interested about using any amenities in some of these newer condos, newer projects with really awesome 5-star amenities. So until next time, okay? Thank you, bye-bye.